All right, you guys, welcome to our, let me start bringing everybody in. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let me know if you can hear me well. I have muted everybody, just making sure that this goes well and it goes smoothly. There is a Q&A box somewhere down here, a chat box that you can obviously go in and ask all your questions. Okay, so I'm admitting that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 people on. Perfect. Okay, I will be opening up for Q&A. Or again, if you have a question, all you have to do is just add it in the chat box right here, and I'll go back and I will answer it for you guys. Make sure that you have downloaded your workbook that I sent you in the email. So, let me know in the chat if you guys found the workbook and if you have it at hand, whether it's, digitally or whether it's a printed copy. If you're old school like me, let me know if you found it and if you downloaded it as well. That's really important because I'm going to be asking you to refer to it and to kind of take some action because this is a workshop. So I want to make sure that you guys have it. I'm going to share my screen. This is recorded, so just in case you need to head out early, this is what the workbook looks like, by the way, so make sure you downloaded it. If you need to head out early, just know that it will be recorded and sent to you probably by tomorrow within 24 hours of finishing this. Hold on, let me just minimize this so that you can go back and refer to it and watch it if you need to, and then implement if you need to head out early. I know it's Saturday morning. Maybe you have somewhere to be. So that's it. Let me see here. Got the workbook. Awesome, Steve. Perfect. Yeah, hopefully you guys have the workbook printed out and ready to go. I want to make sure that there's nobody else trying to come in. I'll give them a minute or two and then I will start. All right, you guys. So this is a first for me. This is a first, hopefully of many little mini workshops that I wanted to put together every single month. I wanted to focus on one specific thing I can give you a quick win on and get you implementing it as soon as possible. Okay, so it really is for action takers, for providers that really want to understand how social media marketing works without getting bombarded with a ton of topics and strategies and tactics. I am very, very passionate about social media marketing, Facebook ads. You will notice that I love talking about this. But for this specific mini workshop, it really is focused on one specific thing that I can get you to take action on and implement as soon as possible, hopefully as you're watching this workshop, okay? This is all about how to get your post, so your content, seen by more local families, and how to really use social media in a way that is actually going to help you advertise and grow your business, okay? So unfortunately, regardless of how you feel about social media, we need to have some type of online presence. Whether you're running a boutique, a brick and mortar, an online business like my own, we have to have some type of presence online, but understanding how to use it to work for our business is crucial if you don't want to be spending hours on end or feeling glued to your smartphone. Okay, so hopefully what I'm going to share with you guys today is going to do just that. Let me see if anybody else is waiting. Okay. All right, so this is a workshop, as I mentioned. Let me just close this. This is a workshop, as I mentioned, so it's not a webinar. You are going to be asked to take out that workbook and also most probably go on your social media platforms and edit or do a quick audit of things that I'm going to ask you to do, and then hopefully implement. Okay. So just know that I'm going to be asking you to take some type of action. Why is this here? I don't want it here. Perfect. Put it down there. So the first part, we're going to be talking about some basic marketing mistakes that I see a lot of providers making when it comes to getting their posts seen by more local parents. Okay. So these are, I wanted to share more, but we're just going to focus on 3 biggest reasons why parents aren't seeing your posts. And I'm also going to share how to fix that, okay? Because obviously that's important. Part 2 of this workshop, we're going to be focusing on simple strategies to increase post visibility and engagement. And I'm going to give you some action to take as well. And then part 3, you're going to focus on creating your own plan to implement immediately and under 10 minutes a day. So I don't want you to feel like you're glued to your smartphone or social media or on your laptop. I really want you to take that stress and that overwhelm out of social media. And hopefully by doing these 3 things in your plan, it's going to help you get in front of more eyeballs, okay? And then we're going to end with a Q&A. Obviously, if you have questions as I am talking, you make sure that you go in the chat and you ask them. And I'll be pausing and checking the chat box. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about next steps if in case you want to know how we can help you with your social media marketing. So as I mentioned, make sure you download your workbook, whether it's digitally or paper. And we're going to get started, okay? So if you are new to my world, welcome. My name is Christina Rizakos. I know I have some of my members inside from our communities on this workshop as well, but real quickly, I am a busy mom of 4. Why is this here? Hold on, you guys. This is bugging me. Okay, so I'm a busy mom of 4. I am from Montreal, Canada. I have been working in early childhood education since 2001. So I have my my credentials, my early my ECE. I started my own childcare center close to my house where I live, and I ran it for 16 years. We had 34 families. I had 7 full-time staff working for me. Sold it in 2019 because I was really interested in the online space, marketing, Facebook ads, social media strategy, things like that. So I became a certified digital marketing strategist with Digital Marketer right here. And I also have a ton of platforms that you can go on and get a lot of videos and trainings and basically learn all about marketing. So we have a podcast and I also have a YouTube channel as well. And we are pretty consistent with our content. Every single week, there is brand new episode on something that you can implement to get you in front of more people, okay? It wasn't always the case. I wasn't always very, very comfortable with anything that has to do with marketing, honestly. I mean, when I started my center, I was I think only 24. I was really young. I opened it with my sister that you can see right here in the picture. I had space for 34, and these are the only kids that we can get to enroll the first year or so. And it was really, really hard because I loved what I was doing. I loved the parents that I had. I loved our community, but I didn't understand how marketing worked. And at the time, Facebook and Instagram were just kind of starting, and I wasn't really into posting and doing all the things online. So I was really, really struggling to fully book my program, to pay rent, to pay my staff. I mean, you name it. We went through a lot of things. And it wasn't until I really said, you know what, I got to do something different here because I'm tired of this anxiety and stress that I'm feeling every single night, when I'm trying to sleep and I'm thinking of how am I going to cover the rent. So I decided to educate myself, to get the training, to ask those that were running, amazing centers that were fully booked all the time, and even reaching out to other people online that I was following and understanding how to use social media to really grow my online reach, right? And really just everything changed after that. So hopefully, if you are there right now and you're struggling and this is difficult for you and you think this is a completely different language, just know that I was one of these people that did not even have a website for her center for the first, I would say, 4 or 5 years of business. Okay. And I overcame it and I sold my business, and now I help other people really just master their marketing. Okay. So let's focus. We're going to get started. Okay. So part 1, why aren't parents seeing your post? And sometimes it's not what you think. It's not what you posted, or it's not well, you have to do more reels or more this or more that, or maybe the colors on your graphic weren't, like vibrant enough. It's a lot of little things. Okay. So these are the three biggest mistakes that are keeping you invisible online. Number one, we're going to start talking about, hold on a second. Let me see if I could hide this because I don't know. Okay, so number one is not using location-based keywords. Now, these are not hashtags. These are keywords. Keywords that someone that is local to you is actively searching when they go on Google. Because when someone wants to find something, right? Think about yourself. If you want to find a hairdresser, or if you want to find, I don't know, a dry cleaner, or just something that you're looking for locally, right? What are you going to do when you go on Google? You are going to use a specific word, a keyword, that focuses on some type of, location or city or landmark, right? We know that 46% of all online searches have local intent. And this makes, I think, your job as a local, like a brick and mortar owner, like a local business owner, so much easier because you can use those words, because the people that you are trying to attract obviously are local families, local parents that are close to your facility, right? So not using keywords is really hurting your business. And when I say keywords, I mean, I want you to think about this when you're posting, or when you're putting some type of graphic together, or a flyer together, or even a video. Anytime you are, let's say, updating your website, because this goes for your website as well. This is all linked. Okay. So when you, for example, are posting about a new enroll, like, I don't know, let's say you have an open house coming up, you have to make sure that you understand that you are increasing your chances of someone actually seeing that information if you use a geographic identifier. Okay, so again, neighborhood, your city, your town, and it needs to be very, very specific, obviously, to your business. Okay, so a very simple fix for this, and I'm going to show you an example in a bit, is just using your city or your neighborhood in every post and in the creative, because what we know about Facebook is that its algorithm, so its brain, if you will, every time let's, for example, for myself, let's say I'm posting about this workshop. Okay. I was very, very specific when I was posting on social media that I used pictures in my creative that would get a local, that would get a preschool owner or a daycare owner or a center owner to stop the scroll, because they can see, oh, this talks about daycare. Like, this says daycare center marketing, and this is what I'm looking for. It's the same thing for you. So when you're putting a video together, a post together, a reel together, a graphic together, regardless if it's something, let's say on like the actual post itself, like the writing, or the picture, you have to have some type of a geographic identifier in them. It just helps Facebook bring it up when someone local to you is searching for this. Okay. And this is something I think that a lot of people online don't understand how developed Meta, so Facebook and Instagram's algorithm are. Okay. So this is just a quick example of something that we did for one of our clients. We have the name here, downtown Montreal. So we know that if someone is, searching for like anything local that has to do with downtown Montreal, for example, we are increasing our chances of actually getting seen in the feed. And also we included it in the actual graphic. Okay. So this is really important, but not only for your posting, but it also goes for your website as well. So this is also something really important, because a lot of the times I see when I'm doing audits for clients, when I see their websites, for example, a lot of it is very generic information, like very like copy and paste type of things. Okay. And this is really hurting you, because again, when someone is online searching, they are going to search for, daycare center program, childcare program near, and the name of the town. So obviously, not only are you supposed to be doing this in every single post, but you're also supposed to be doing this on your actual website as well. So having keywords that show where you're located, right? What you are offering. So if it's bilingual, if it's Montessori, if it's Reggio Emilia, and having these words really helps you with search. Okay. When someone is Googling, let's say, daycare in your community. Okay. And this is really, really important. And hopefully all of you guys have this on your website. So this is another one of our clients. She actually has it on her website as soon as you go up. This is another one of our clients, San Francisco. And she has, if you keep reading her website, you'll see keywords that would get a mom and dad that's local to her area, her community, see, hey, this is local to me. This is like down the street, or this is across the neighborhood, for example. And it really does help your post get seen faster. Okay. So again, not only on Facebook, but also on your website as well. So now I want you to take some action. I want you to open up your workbook and go to page 5. And I want you to open up your Facebook business page. Okay. So maybe you have another window open on your laptop, or let's say you have your phone next to you right now. And I want you to go to your last 5 posts. And I want you to check if your location was mentioned both on the copy and on the creative. Okay. Take a minute, do this, and then come in the chat and let me know yes or no. Okay, so that's the first action step I would love for you to take right now. Yes, but we need to include more surrounding communities that we serve. Perfect. Perfect. That is a start. Very good. If you guys get a chance as well, if you do this really quickly, even do the same thing on your homepage, for example, to see what types of words you could have added, what types of keywords you could have added to really help you with search, like organic search on Google. Kim, not all posts, perfect. So now we know. When you do get them, when I text them to you guys, because Kim is a part of my my community, all you would have to do is basically just add the name of your town in the copy. Okay. Start by that, and then eventually, I definitely need to work on this. Yep. Yeah. And again, I know that it takes time and it may feel like, oh, you really don't want to do this, but it really does help. Okay. It does help. Amazing. Okay. Is there a trick to using multiple keywords or variations without getting blacklisted by Google or Meta? Blacklisted. Why would you be getting blacklisted by Google or Meta? Can you just talk to me a little bit more about that, Steve? All right. So Kim, I was saying that when I do send you the posts, if you don't want to open up Canva and edit them, start with adding more of your town, like that identifying part, that keyword in the text, in the copy, right? The words. And then slowly, eventually, hopefully you get a little bit more comfortable with Canva. And then you can start just adding that as well on the actual graphics and reels that we send you. In the old days, if you use duplicate keywords, they would demote your rankings. Okay. This is a really big conversation. So feel free to message me back, Steve, and I will go back and we can talk about this. I know that there are a lot of keyword generators you can use with Google, right? You can try that to see what your competition is using. You can also track that. So you can basically put, for example, your competition's website on this on the tool, and then you can get what keywords they're ranking for as well. Okay, but if you want to talk a little bit more about that, I would not mind at all, but just message me so that we can really move on with the content, because that is, I think that's a little bit more of a more developed, yes, perfect conversation, and I don't want to go off on other things. No. So now, mistake number 2, not engaging with others and not posting engaging content. So this is a big one, you guys, because if you are not engaging, like with your content, every time I say content, it's just what you're posting about. If it's low engagement, then it's low reach. Okay. So in other words, if people don't engage with your post, fewer people will see your post. Hopefully that makes sense. If people are not resonating with what you're posting, if they're not liking, if they're not commenting, then fewer people are going to see that post, okay? Because this is how these algorithms work, okay? And to add to that, if you yourself are not engaging with other pages, profiles, groups, then your engagement goes down too. And this is really, really, I guess, well, it sucks. Honestly, it just sucks because this means that you have to be online actively engaging in pages. So when I say pages, I mean local business pages, right? That are local to you, obviously. Profiles of people that live around your area, and also groups. So Facebook groups. Think of parent groups, networking groups. Okay. If you don't do this every single day, then your engagement goes down too. Okay. So it's not enough to show up and just post once in a while and then just kind of go social media altogether, even though most of us want to do that. We have to make it a point to be strategic. So every time you're showing up online, to have a plan. This is what I need to do. And then I log off. Okay. And then I go on my day. So posting again, just every time you have an open house or every time you just have a spot available is not good enough. Okay. The algorithm, again, Facebook's AI, it prioritizes recent and engaged posts. So the more someone posts like recent, fresh content, the more the chances are that someone's going to see it. But also, highly engaging content as well does that. Okay. So, posts that receive early engagement within the first hour, and that's not a lot. That's not a lot, you guys. 1 hour. If people are not engaging or seeing what you post after an hour, then your post is dead, unless you're paying for ads, okay? So we need to make sure that every time we're showing up, that we're increasing our chances and that we're posting engaging content and that we are doing our best to make sure that this algorithm is really taking our content and showing it to more people, okay? So what are some reasons that your engagement may be low? Number one, posting content that is not engaging enough. So maybe you're having a hard time with messaging or hooking your clients in, right? So maybe you're not really good at creating videos or reels, or even putting like a template together on Canva is difficult, but it is hurting your business. It's hurting your engagement if you don't put in the work to actually understand that this is important, right? So people are scrolling throughout the day. People are busy. Parents are busy. So the more you focus on, first of all, messaging and the hook. So when I say hook, it just basically means that first sentence, whether it's in your video or your reel or your graphic or your post itself, that it really hooks them in, that they know exactly, oh, this is for me. Like she wrote this for me. Okay. So that's really important as well. And if you are not engaging with local parents and communities, again, your engagement goes down as well. So if you might be posting amazing content, but if you yourself are not going out and connecting with other local parents and community pages and other profiles and pages that are run by local businesses, then you are hurting your own engagement. And it feels like this out of control wheel, right? That's just spiraling out of control because you don't have time to engage, or you don't want to go in these groups, or you just don't want to get all these notifications. But it is hurting your business if you don't do this. It's hurting your engagement, which is what we want. We want that engagement to be up so that more local families find you. Okay. So let's say you tell me, you know what, I don't want to do this. I want to just show you how this is hurting your business for a sec. Okay. So you're missing obviously enrollment opportunities. So parents, look for childcare recommendations in local groups. I don't know if you're a part of any groups, but I'm a part of local groups here. And every single day, I kid you not, there are maybe at least 5 moms asking, do you know so-and-so daycare? We got a call to go visit. What can you tell me, right? And then you have like a ton of moms underneath sharing their experiences. That, oh, I went there, or I did this, or I did that, or I visited them, and this is what I felt like, or they're amazing, or no, keep away. So I'm pretty sure it's the same thing for you guys. So if you're not active in these groups, so you're missing out on that. Low visibility, we talked about this. If you're not engaging, parents may not know that your business exists. It's not enough to post once in a while. It's not enough to post only when you have a space available. It has to be consistent. Okay. If you are not engaging with local groups, there's weaker trust. Obviously, we know that you need, obviously in your type of business, social proof and credibility and trust are so important, right? And we talked about reducing reach. So Facebook and Instagram favors engagement. So inactivity lowers your visibility. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. How to fix this? Very simple. You might not want to do this, but you have to. You'll have to spend 5 to 10 minutes daily liking, commenting, answering questions in local groups. Very simple. This is that this does not mean you go in and you start posting flyers. It just means that you make it a point to go in and like some comments, comment underneath, maybe if you have an answer to a question, and just do this every single day. Okay. And on your own profile, your own business page, make it a point to have a variety of engaging content. Okay. So the algorithm, I'm a big believer in videos. I talk about videos, about going live on your pages all the time, doing Q&As for parents, behind the scenes looks of what you're doing. Really, really important. But, you can do this, yes, but there's also other things. So reels, social proof, sharing reviews, testimonial, answering questions, posting polls, sharing behind the scenes looks, videos, and even pictures of what the kids are doing, playing around with carousel ads, infographic ads. So there's a lot of different things you could be doing instead of just a typical, graphic that looks like a flyer all the time. Okay. Really important. And you'll also get to see what resonates with your people, because you may have followers that love video. You may have followers that really love short reels. You may have followers that love just reading like a blog type article that you shared on your page, right? You will not know this if you're not constantly trying to kind of balance all this out. Really, really important. Okay. So we need to post on other posts as on others' posts as well. Well, Robin, okay, so what you would have to do is, yes, go in local groups. I'm going to share how to do that in a little bit. I'm going to give you guys an action to take. But going in local groups, community groups. So example, mommies of wherever you're from, okay? Mommies of Montreal, for example, joining, and then just connecting and talking with other people, liking a comment, sharing. Let's say somebody asks, hey, do you know where I can get, I don't know, gluten-free muffins, for example, and you know the answer, just go and do that. It helps the algorithm see that you are engaging with other people's posts, and that's going to help the algorithm bring more local people on your platforms. Okay. This is all interconnected, all of it. Okay. Not only groups, but also business pages. So try to do a search for business pages, I don't know, boutiques, bookstores, mom and pop shops in your community. Start following those pages as well and do the same thing. And it's going to help your engagement on your business page as well. Not just post, tag as well. That's my weakness, going live. I know, but Kim, you're so good at it. A lot of people that I work with have a hard time going live. And yes, I'm not going to say it's not scary. Of course, it's scary at the beginning. But again, you will notice that so what? Like if it's scary, you just have to do it to get over that fear, and you get better as you do it. You don't have to be on live for like hours on end. This could be like a 2-minute in and out type of thing, right? And also answering questions. Like one of the simplest things is, let's say you get a specific question asked all the time. Example, I don't know, something about your curriculum, okay? Then you know that you can just record using your smartphone. You can go on, your app on your smartphone, and you can just record the answer like a little reel, honest, authentic. It doesn't have to be polished. It doesn't have to be edited, and then just post that. So this could be simple. It's not something that, formal and you have to hire, somebody to do edits. It's not like that. You just want to be able to show people I'm the face behind the brand. This is what I believe in, because people are going to start trusting you, because they are. Video, it's just one of those things that people can actually hear you. They can see the way you move your hands when you speak, how passionate you are about your program. So that makes a huge difference for sure. Okay. And if you make mistakes, so what? There's always the other video. You can always erase it and go do it live again. So it's not something that should keep you from going live. Okay. So again, by taking a few minutes a day doing this, it boosts Facebook's algorithm ranking, and Facebook or an Instagram prioritizes content from accounts that engage frequently, meaning your posts will reach more local parents. Okay. And I'm sure you've experienced this as well. Let's say you haven't spoken to somebody in a very long time and you decide to send them a Facebook message. Have you noticed that when you're on your feed after that, you're going to start seeing their content more often? This happens. Okay. So action step, page number 5 again, take a small little break. So I want you to think to yourself, do a quick audit and think, did I engage with other local pages this week? And I want you to go back on your last 5 posts and think, are there a variety of posts? So reels, blogs, text only, graphics that you're posting? Or is it the same thing all the time? And let me know in the comments. Hopefully there's a good mix, a good balance. Local, it could be local pages, it could be local community groups, networking groups, like local business owners, and like every single community has these groups on Facebook, every single one of them. Some of them allow you to join as your page, and some of them don't. What did Robin say? I'm a member of our surrounding counties mom group and yard sales. I lack in engaging on other posts. I really need to be better at time managing for sure. And I'm going to show you guys how to do this, Robin. No worries. Under 10 minutes a day. Under 10 minutes a day. This is something that is really, really important. Again, especially if you are not investing in ads. I do engage on other pages, but not as much. Kim, are these pages that are business pages? So let's say like bakeries and bookstores and stuff like that, or is it like huge pages, like like influencer pages? And your posts that you send are fabulous. They help me to post a variety. Awesome, Robin. Both, perfect. Okay. Is AI an option to assist with this? We have a large center, and like everyone, we are very, very busy. I don't know of an AI that would go out and post all this for you, Steve, like join these groups and post. I know there's a lot of bots on Facebook, so especially like if you've been investing in ads, you get a lot of spam emails telling you that your page is going to be canceled or taken down or whatever. But I have not heard of an AI that can go in and do all this for you. No, I haven't heard that yet. Because Facebook wants us to go on their platform, and they want us to engage, and they want us to connect with other people, and they want us to, stay on the platform as much as possible. This is what they want. And the more you do this, the more you get rewarded by them showing your content to local families, obviously. Okay, let me see. Thank you, no problem. You're welcome. All right, so mistake number 3, no strategy and posting inconsistently or at the wrong times, okay? What can I say about this? Now, I want to say that if you are comfortable with your insights on Facebook, okay, so let's say you're signed up for your Meta Suites, you can actually see by tracking, you can actually see when your followers are most active on social media. So you can make it a point to post those times. But there are a few key times, especially because, you're all dealing with families, with young children, that are going to increase your chances of your post getting seen, okay? Posting again sporadically or whenever you remember is just not good enough, because your post will not show up in parents' feeds, okay? So having a predictable posting schedule, it builds trust and obviously keeps your program top of mind, which is what we want to be doing. And just consistency signals reliability, just like in childcare. And I think that's a really good point, a strong point, that people want to be able to trust you. They want to be able to feel like, kind of they know you, even if it's through social media. So this is also something that's really, really important, okay? Posting at the wrong times, obviously fewer people see your post, even if it's amazing, even if you put so much time and effort putting this post together, it could fall flat if you're not posting it at the right time for your followers to see. So these are just a few. I included this in your workbook, okay, so you don't have to worry about writing this down. But think about your audience, think about the people that you're trying to attract, and think about what their day-to-day looks like. Okay. And obviously, again, these are parents with young children. So if you're a parent, you know what your morning looks like, lunch looks like, PM shift looks like, evening looks like, right? You get a sense. So this is just a few times, and this again has to be tested, right, and tracked to see if it made a difference. But I would say think about morning routine. So post around breakfast time between 7 and 9 a.m. before parents are actually at work and in front of their computers and doing all the things they have to do, right? 7 to 9, I would say, is a good time. Lunch break, we know that people, when they're on their break, what do? They take their smartphone and they go out for their coffee break, their cigarette break, they go to the washroom with it, right? So again, a good rule of thumb is between 11 and 1 p.m. After school schedule, so post between 3 to 5 when kids are getting home from school. And then families are planning dinner or activities or, extracurricular stuff that they're doing. And evening downtime. So this is when kids are off to bed or kind of winding down, homework is done. Think about that as well, between 6 to 8 p.m., I would say. Anything after that, parents just kind of switch off, they go to bed, they watch TV, like they don't want to be on social media either. These are just a few times to consider, again, to be tested, okay? Maybe mornings work best for you. Maybe you'll find that some days the lunchtime works best for you. Maybe you'll find that the weekends, really early morning works best. And then everybody just kind of logs off social media and lives their life, right? So again, to be tested, these are just a few times that I want you to consider, okay? Not posting just because you have nothing else to do, being strategic. When you're showing up, where you're posting, and also the time, okay? If you find it hard to post, a lot of people tell me, like Steve just mentioned, that we don't have time to be on social media. The only tool that I use for my clients or for my business is Meta Suites. So you just go into your Meta Business Suites, which you all have access to for free. And then you can schedule out content up until, I think it's 20 days ahead. So you don't have to worry about posting. But you'll have to batch create everything one shot, and then go out and just schedule everything out for your month. At least you'll know that you won't have to be posting anything that day. Okay. Also something to consider. There are other tools you can buy, but they're a little bit more developed and they cost money. So why would you, when Facebook just gives us the tool for free? Okay. So I want you to take an action step right here. I want you to go on page 5, and then I want you to go back and think to yourself, did I post during peak times? Remember, we said it was 7 to 9, 11 to 1, 3, what was the other one? 3 to 5, and 6 to 8. Were you posting at peak times, or was it something random? Go on in your Facebook last 5 posts and let me know in the comments if you were pretty regular with the time. And also let me know in the comments if you guys know how to check your insights. That's also really important. Oh, the middle of the night, Steve. Okay. I'm usually consistent with my posting times. I pay attention to when there is more traffic. Awesome. A random. Okay. So now we know that don't know how to check insights. Okay. I will send you, you know what, Steve, reach out and I will send you a little video to watch. It's not difficult at all. Even if you go on YouTube and you just scroll and you type that in, but I could send you something if you want. And I think it's going to help you see when your people are most active. And not only that, you can actually even track what resonates better with my people. Is it videos? Is it graphics, right? Is it repurposed content? What is it that resonates more, that gets more reach, but also that gets more comments and engagement? That's also really important. And you're not the only one that I've heard that really posts at the end, like middle of the night, when they just remember, oh, shoot, I didn't post today, right? I had another client that was doing the same thing. Yeah, so you're not the only one. Anybody else? All right, you guys, let's move on. So this is just a little quick break between the marketing mistakes because I really wanted to kind of talk a little bit about algorithm. It's not going to be very technical talk, but it might feel a bit overwhelming. I just want you to know that um, understanding this is really the basis to everything when it comes to Facebook and Instagram. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about the algorithm, the AI, the brain of Facebook that keeps evolving, and it will keep evolving, I think, over time. They have specific things that they look for when they determine if content is relevant enough for its users. Okay. Example, if I am someone that loves eating vegetarian, I love cooking vegetarian, and I'm on Google, for example, and I'm searching vegetarian meals all the time. And I go on social media and I am following all these pages that post vegetarian meals. Chances are that my feed is going to be filled with vegetarian pages and videos and recipes, right? And groups to join. So because Facebook tracks, like they track our behavior, our data, everything is stored. And we have to understand what they're using in terms of uh, information or data, if you will, to determine if data, if the contents or posts are relevant or not for you. Okay, and for us, for example, it's your ideal client. So social media key ranking factors. Okay. Number one is demographics. So they consider location, which is really important, right? That's where the keywords come in. And we're going to talk about hashtags a little bit later on. Language. So if I'm someone that's scrolling in French, for example, all the time, obviously I'm going to see more French pages, right? And gender. So again, if you're someone that's looking, I don't know, if you're a woman and you're always looking for makeup and makeup tutorials and things like that, well, that you're going to see more of that. Okay. Timing. Also, it goes into consideration, but it prioritizes recent content and user speed. So if you haven't posted in like a month, well, no one's going to see, your page, right? But if you're consistent and you're posting in the right times, chances are that Facebook is going to show your content to local users, right? And again, we have like about an hour to get someone to see the post, which is not a lot. Account credibility. So it ranks accounts with strong followings and engagement. So obviously your pages are not going to have a lot of followers because they are local, businesses, but engagement is something that you can definitely help again by doing what we mentioned before, engaging in other pages, joining other groups, commenting on local profiles, but also local pages, business pages. That's going to bring up your engagement as well. And it's going to show Facebook and Instagram, hey, this is a credible account. Like they're putting content out there, they're engaging with other people are resonating with a message, so that it's going to show that your content to more people, right? Relevance. Recommend posts with similar keywords and hashtags. We're going to talk about hashtags in a bit. Again, as I mentioned before, my example with vegetarian, if I'm always looking for vegetarian this, vegetarian that, even on Google, right? Let's say you're looking for something on Google, Facebook tracks. So we install something called a pixel. Every website has a pixel. Okay, so this is a little bit more technical, but it's just something to understand. Every website out there has a pixel installed to it. A pixel is just a piece of code that Facebook gives you when you're running ads, okay, that you can take and place on your website. And what that does is that communicates, for example, if I am, Christina is on, this website searching for vegetarian meals. So then when I close Google and I go on Facebook or Instagram, guess what I'm going to see? More vegetarian things. I'm going to maybe see ads or content from the page that I was on Google, right on their website. So everything is interconnected and related. Okay. So, and again, tracking, like we're being tracked and our behaviors are being tracked as well. So this is something to consider when we're thinking about keywords, hashtags, and always making sure that that is on all your posts. Okay. And obviously engagement and connections. This is their goal, right? They want people to connect, to engage with each other's content. They want people to stay on the platform. They don't want people to be clicking and going off the platform. So the more you engage, the more it prioritizes your content to be seen by local people, by local families. Okay. It seems like a lot, It is a lot. It is a lot. But I think that if you understand all this, then it's really, really important that, it makes what I'm teaching a little bit easier because you actually see, hey, like everything is interconnected here, right? Content type, users receive more of what they engage with. So if I'm watching more videos, I'm going to see more videos in my feed. If I am watching more reels or TikToks, for example, that's what I'm going to see in my feed. Okay. Makes sense because they want their users to have the best experience. And if someone really doesn't want to be watching, let's say, reels, they're not going to show them reels because they know, they track our behavior and they know. Okay. So section 2. Okay. So this is where I'm going to get you guys to do a little bit of work. We're going to talk about strategies. Now, one is using hashtags. This is not the keywords. I want you to be using keywords too. These are hashtags. And you can use these on Facebook and on Instagram as well. The hashtags boosts local discovery. So when you tag your location, your post appears in location-based searches and feeds. This helps nearby parents find your childcare center easily. Okay, very basic, simple. When you go online and you're putting a piece of content together, hashtag it. I don't know. Let's say the name of your daycare and your community, or the name of your town, for example. If someone local is looking for daycare, those hashtags are going to get picked up, and it's going to show them your content. Okay. Fact, posts with a location tag get 79% more engagement. This is big. 79% more engagement. Okay. So some best, this is so annoying. Okay. Best practices. So use 3 to 5 local hashtags. So these are just some examples. Okay. So let's say you're running a daycare. So you could write something like hashtag daycare near and the name of your city, or childcare, hashtag childcare Montreal, whatever, right? Other examples, daycare, city name, hashtag toddler care, city name, hashtag preschool, city name. I mean, you can do this. You can do like hashtag Montessori, city name, hashtag Reggio Emilia, daycare, this name. So there's a lot of things to consider. I've also included a list of hashtags in your workbook that you can go in and check out. So I gave you some examples for hashtags for parents that our parents are using, hashtags for daycare centers, for preschools, and for child care. Okay. Don't get overwhelmed. Just pick the ones that apply to your business, obviously, and use them in your posting. Okay. So this is what I want you to be implementing from now on. Every single post, copy. When I say copy, I mean the text above the post and the actual creative, the design. Use location tags and hashtags properly. Okay, so add a location tag to every post and story. Use at least 3 to 5 local hashtags. Again, hashtag, these are just examples, Toronto daycare, hashtag Montreal parents, okay? And then I want you to show local, if possible, not in every post, but at least once a week, show local landmarks in posts. So playgrounds, libraries, something that if I was from your area, I would immediately identify as, oh, that's local to me, right? How does that sound? Do you guys have any questions about that? Because I felt like that was a lot. No? Okay. If you guys have questions, again, feel free to do the Q&A down here, the chat box. And I also added some examples, as I mentioned, in the actual workbook that you can use, okay? So hashtags. Hashtags for your business and hashtags for the parents in your community as well. I think it's 30. But Facebook and Instagram will tell you they won't allow you to post more. I think it's 30 though. Yeah. And if you use your meta suites to plan out your content, to schedule it out, for example, you can actually save the hashtags. So every time you're posting, it saves. Okay. If Kim, yes, there is. If you're pre-scheduling everything using the meta suites, you can. There's a section where you'll see it saved. But if you're not, then what you would have to do is basically open up like a note on your iPhone or your smartphone, and you just add all the hashtags there. And every time you post, just copy and paste the hashtags. I think it's going to be a little bit different. That's what I used to do before. All right. Strategy number 2, the power of local engagement. And this is something that is definitely going to help you, as we mentioned before, with engagement. The more you engage with local groups and pages, you increase the chances that the platforms put your content in the feed of locals, okay? Which is what we want, obviously. So what is it that I want you to do from now on? I want you to like and comment on other local businesses' posts, okay? So toy stores, mom groups, family cafes, local museums, huge parks that have like a business pages. I want you to make it a point to follow these pages, obviously, to like them, to follow them, but then to go in and comment and like and, you know, tag a friend underneath them, just engage, okay? And I want you to do the same thing with Facebook groups. So I don't want you to go in these groups and start selling your services. It's a good idea that if you're joining these huge Facebook groups to go in and read, obviously, the admin's rules. Sometimes they have a day where they allow you to post. Sometimes, you know, some of them for a small fee, you can actually post a few times a week, your ad or your, you know, your flyer. And most of them, some of them don't have that. So, you know, don't join these groups and start, you know, spamming them with enroll now, but you can always share your expertise and answer a question and answer, you know, engage with somebody that asked a question that you know the answer to, obviously, and see how that feels, okay? How to find them? Facebook, you go here, very simple. You will type up, you know, let's say you're in Toronto moms, for example, and then you're going to see a ton of them pop up. Very, very simple, okay? This is for the groups, obviously. Local pages, that's different. You know the local businesses that are local to you. But for groups, this is very, very simple and, you know, to the point. Some of them will allow you to join as your personal page. Some of them will allow you to join as your business page. I would suggest try joining as your business page first. And if they don't allow you, join as yourself, and then you can always share about your business after that, okay? And anyways, even if, let's say, for example, what I found is if you're in these groups and you join as yourself and you answer a question, people are going to go on your profile and kind of try to, you know, snoop on you to see if you're legit, if you know what you're talking about. And, you know, as a business owner, hopefully on your personal page, people can see that you own a daycare, right? Hopefully. So, you know, this is just an example. Maybe you want to share like tips, parenting tips, 3 ways to prepare your toddler for daycare. I mean, these are all things that really align with childcare. Obviously, strategic things, right? You want to make sure that you're positioning yourself as someone that knows what they're doing and that your expertise is childcare and kids. Okay. So think of things that you can do or post or put together that is going to encourage this. Okay. Kim, for you, I have an actual idea for your business, for the side business. You can join the local local groups where other providers are networking, and then share some tips on how to set up your classroom, right? And then encourage them with a call to action if you need help, or if you want to chat about this a little bit more, feel free to message me, something like that, okay? If you are in a parenting group and let's say a mom is having a hard time, I don't know, what do I see often? I can't get my toddler to potty train. As a business owner that's working in daycare for a very long time, you know, I can honestly say I have some tips I can share, right? Some examples, some things that might help. So that's what I would do. I would go up and say, hey, mama, you know, I've tried this and this, and it worked for a few kids in my daycare. Feel free to message me if you need help. Something like that, okay? Just ideas. All right. So action step, page number 9. I want you to find 5 hashtags that you will be using with every post. I want you to do this now so that you have this ready to go tomorrow, let's say, for example, when you're putting your post together, okay? Think of 5 hashtags that you will be using in every post. You can use some examples that I put in on page 9 or not, up to you. But I want you to have them ready and clarified, and love that. Thanks, no problem. Mrs. Pratt, I've noticed Charlotte, I noticed my business page isn't connected to my personal page. Well, it has to be, because in order to create a business page that you're the admin of, you have to have a personal page first. So your personal account. So I can't create a business page, for example, if I don't have a personal account on Facebook. So I'm pretty sure you do have one. But I will look into it for you for sure. But it doesn't show my personal page. Charlotte, I'm going to email you after. I don't know what this means. It doesn't show your personal page. Because your personal page is obviously your page yourself. So you would be able to put in information, for example, that you're the owner of It Starts With Love, right?
Hmm. Yes. So what I'm noticing, it is not connecting. So if I go on my feed, I don't see any of my business posts. Is there something I should connect?
Yeah, you're probably logged in as your business page. You have to switch the profile to your personal account. For example, when I'm going in to check on your page, I log in as It Starts With Love. But then I log
Okay.
out of that and I switch back to my own personal account.
So yes, I can switch back and forth, but my personal page,
Mhm.
I just don't see any of my posts. It's always on my business page. So if I have a lot of followers on my personal page, I see none of the business. So do I connect it?
Well, if you're posting only on your business page, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So then the post wouldn't go on your personal page.
So is there
No,
how-
no. You
I
have to
can't do
share
that.
it. You
Okay.
have to share it. Or
Oh,
you
got
have to,
you.
yeah, you'll have to share it. Or you can always tag your name, like Charlotte, tag your name, and then it'll show on your wall, for example.
Got it. Okay.
Or just share it.
Just share it. Okay.
It's up to you.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks. Hmm.
No problem. No problem. All right. So I wanted to know, I want to see, did anybody get their 5 hashtags? Anybody want to tell me in the chat? Do you guys have your five hashtags? Let me know once you put them together. I really want you guys to do this now so that it's ready to go, so that you don't forget or you don't get overwhelmed or whatever. I really want you guys to take action like that. So let me know. I did it. Yes, I got my 5 hashtags from now on. This is what I'm going to be using. Let me know. There's some examples. You can always add to them and change them, but let's just start with 5 simple hashtags. The simplest one would be, let's say you have a preschool. So I would hashtag preschool, name of your city. I would hashtag parents of, name of your city, and just keep the same hashtags all the time. Okay. And add to them. Yes, you got them. Yes, perfect. Amazing. Cool. You guys are taking action. I love it. I love it. Okay. And now another action step, page 11 and 12 of their workbook. Find 5 local groups and request to join. Local groups. These could be networking groups. These could be mommy groups, parenting groups. Make sure that you are not joining huge childcare provider groups that are like filled with thousands of other providers. I really want this to be local to you. So think of that mom and dad. Where are they hanging around online? Usually it's mommy groups, events of the name of your city. I don't know if you guys have like a Facebook garage sale type of group. Advice for parents, maybe search for that. Uh, Usually those are, you'll see if you do like a search, a lot of them are going to pop up. And then after you're done with that and you requested to join, I want you to find 5 local business pages that you can begin following. Think of businesses that are owned by local mom and pops that cater to the needs of your ideal client. So these can be, let's say you're running a Christian-based daycare. You want to start following local business pages of local churches, maybe, for example. If you are, what else can I say as an example? Let me see. Restaurants that are kid friendly, bookstores, rec centers, anywhere that you know a local family would most likely be following on Facebook, you know, try to do that. Try to do the search and follow 5 of them at least. You don't have to comment just yet, but just follow 5. Libraries, yes. Museums, libraries, huge parks, landmarks, churches. Where else? This is really specific to your program though. That's the thing. So make sure that you're following at least 5. And when you're done, let me know in the comments. Speech therapists sometimes because they work with little kids, yoga instructors that work with little kids, doulas. I mean, I don't know. I'm just throwing some ideas out there, what I've seen. Family clinics, schools is a good one. Schools, local schools. Trying to think what else we have around here. We have huge parks. We have a lot of museums. Any events, like special events that happen once or twice a year. They usually have pages that they update. Community centers, that's a good one too. There's a lot of families that do, the follow activities and events in community centers. Let me know when you guys are done, okay? Hopefully it's beautiful where you guys are. Us, spring is in the air. Done. Awesome, Kim. Our snow is finally melting. People are coming out of their homes. Finally, the cold is behind us. So yeah, beautiful sun outside. All right. So I think, so done. Okay. Now let's move on. Section number 3. So this is going to be what I want you to do every single day. Okay. Mini daily visibility plan. And I make it a point to call it mini because again, I don't want you to spend more than 10 minutes on this. Okay. We're going to focus on progressing and really just doing things instead of just focusing on perfection. Because if we focus on perfection, nothing's going to get done. Okay. So let's see what this looks like. So 10-minute daily plan to increase your engagement. Okay. Now that you have your hashtags, you have your local pages that you follow, you're in those groups. Okay. You understand keywords and you have the hashtags that you are going to be using. I want you to plan out 3 minutes every single day. And I want you to go in local groups that you just requested to join. And I want you to engage somehow. But you're only doing this for 3 minutes a day, not more than that. 3 minutes. You go in and out. You go in, you scroll through the latest comments, like, share, engage, tag somebody, answer a question. If you can answer a question with a strong call to action, meaning, if you want more information, feel free to message me. Let's say there's a question about a mom looking for childcare, for example, and you can answer that, obviously. I want you to go in, answer, and give it a strong call to action at the end, and then just ask them to continue the conversation over in your DMs, for example, or go on your website for more information, okay? So we're spending 3 minutes a day commenting on local business pages and mom groups. I wrote mom groups, but this could be just local groups as well. Engaging with local businesses, a simple comment, a like, a happy face, an emoji, whatever, right? And then answering questions in mom groups that may be helpful, like offering tips, offering a link, something that has worked for you in the past. We're only doing this for 3 minutes a day, okay? 3 minutes. Next 3 minutes, after you're done with that, I want you to like and reply to comments on your own posts. So I want you to scroll back to a few of your posts and go underneath and let's say somebody replied to something or somebody asked you a question or somebody said something nice about you. I want you just to kind of reply, and this is going to help it stay in the feed longer. It's going to keep the conversation going. Okay. Do that as well. 3 minutes. We're not doing this more than that. And lastly, spend 4 minutes writing a post and sharing it on your personal page and also in a group that allows you to do so, obviously. Okay. Example, Let's say you wrote a really good blog post about how to get a toddler to work on their fine motor skills, or you found it. Let's say you found this article and you wanted to share it. I want you to create a post for your own platform. I want you to share it on your business page, obviously using all the hashtags and all that, and also share it on your personal account. Okay. And then I want you to go in a local group and share it as well. Simple. 4 minutes. How does that sound? Does that sound manageable or not? Let me know if this sounds manageable. Let me go back to, so 3 minutes a day, comment on local business pages of mom groups, engage with local businesses, comment, and then answer a question if you can. Does that sound manageable? Yes. Would this be in addition to batch scheduling posts? Well, you're supposed to be posting on your platform. Well, I think, Robin, aren't you in my community? I think you are. Let me know. I think you're in my community. Let me know which one do you get. Yes, you are. Do you get your posts sent to you every single day? Yes, perfect. So then you can use one of those. You can always edit and maybe add, like, let's say we sent you a graphic, for example. You can always go in on Canva and just add the name of your town on the actual graphic. But obviously on the copy, you want to customize it to fit your business. I want you to share this on your business page, which you're doing. I want you to share it also on your personal page. And then I want you to go in and share it in a local mommy group. Okay. This doesn't have to be enroll now. This can be a post that we shared about parenting and how to, I don't know, how to get the kids to get ready earlier, or one of the reels that we sent you, for example. This could be something like that. So that's 3 minutes. The next 3 minutes, again, we're liking and replying on posts, on our own posts. So you would go back on your page, scroll back to see, did anybody comment? Did anybody share? Did anybody ask a question? Did anybody like it or share it? And then just kind of like and reply, maybe add an emoji. This is just going to keep the post in the feed longer. This is all this is doing, because it's showing Facebook, hey, somebody liked it, and then somebody replied underneath, right? So it's just going to keep it in the feed longer. This is all we're doing here. And sometimes we miss like a comment. Maybe somebody commented like last week and we forgot to answer, right? So it's a good habit to spend a few minutes a day just to go back and just to see, did anybody ask a question? And number 4, this is going to take you 4 minutes. Hopefully, I don't want it to take you longer. For those that are in our community, this shouldn't take you long. But for those that are not in our communities and you're doing this from scratch on your own, yeah, 1 post a day, posting it at the right times. Remember, using all the hashtags and all the stuff that we worked on before, and then just sharing it with a strong call to action. Call to action basically means, what do you want the person reading to do this after? Click below for more information, visit our website to find out what our fees are, visit our website to sign up to our newsletter, whatever that is, okay? And then I want you to share it again on your personal page. Personal pages get more engagement. It's just the way it is, because Facebook wants us to pay for ads on our business pages. So even if you have 500 people following you on your business page, maybe 3 or 4% actually see what you're posting. If you're paying for ads, obviously this is different. But that's why it's a good thing to kind of share this piece of content on multiple platforms to really increase, right, visibility online. And always make sure that when you are in groups that you're asking the admin if it's okay to post, especially if you're posting a business post, example, enroll now or call us for more information type of post. You don't want to get kicked out of those groups either, right? Is this manageable? 10 minutes a day. Yes, perfect. Yeah, you could share what we're sending you. Definitely. All right. So if you're not in one of my groups and you're thinking, well, how do I put a post together? Very simple. I'm always thinking about your location, right? So you try something like this next time you put a post together. So, hey, the name of your city. So, hey, Montreal parents, are you looking for a safe, loving daycare or preschool or after school, whatever you're offering for your little one? At name of your daycare, we provide, and then I want you to put in your unique offer. So what is this unique offer that you're offering? A lingual program, after school care, help with homework, vegan meal plans, whatever it is that you're offering, right? This is going to be different to your business. I want you to add it in there, and then just comment below, comment info or comment with your favorite emoji below to learn more. So this is just like a basic template of how you can follow when you're putting a post together on your own. If you're in our community, obviously you don't have to do this. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. But if you're not, think about this every time you're posting. First sentence, you're calling out clients, families that are local to you by actually citing the name right here of your town or your neighborhood or your city. And then you're putting in the name of your business right here, if it's a daycare center, preschool, and then you are mentioning your unique offer, which is also really, really important. Okay. And I think I put this in, and I think I put this also in your workbook as well to make it easier for you so that you can actually, put this together on your own. There's our question. Let me see. Definitely manageable. Perfect. Yeah. 10 minutes. We don't need more than that. We don't need to be on social media. I mean, if you don't want to, if you're someone that wasn't raised with social media and you just don't, you just want to use it to grow your business, 10 minutes a day is all you need. You don't need more than that. You really don't. So no more hope and promote strategy. No more. By understanding how these platforms work, you increase your chances that your posts get seen by locals, which is what we want, obviously, right? All right, so let's do a quick recap, you guys. We covered a lot. I am really happy that you guys actually took action, so I'm excited about that. So at the beginning, we started talking about mistakes. So now using location-based keywords in your posts, in your graphics, in your videos, and also on your website. So make sure that you do a quick audit after we're done to really make sure that on your website, all the keywords are there, and obviously on your social media as well. And also, Steve, I had mentioned to Steve that's on the call right now to message me back and let me know. I will give you some links to look at when it comes to keywords, because you can actually go in and look at your competitors, what they're ranking for on Google, for example, what keywords they're using. So you can add those on your copy, okay? And obviously, just as a rule of thumb, on your actual website, every single page should have at the top, your contact information. So the name of your program, the address, the phone number, the email, the zip code or postal code if you're in Canada, right? This is something that's just basic, like it has to be on every one of your page so that when your page gets crawled by Google, that information gets picked up, okay? Mistake number 2, we talked about low engagement, how that leads to low visibility, not engaging with other local profiles, business pages or communities, groups, how that brings your engagement down, right? And also if you're not posting engaging content, so if you're just posting the same, text or the same flyer every single time you show up online, that also is causing you to have low engagement. So we talked about how to fix that by interacting, by engaging in local businesses, by following other pages, by asking questions, right? Offering feedback, and obviously posting a variety of content on your own platforms as well. Mistake number 3, not posting consistently and at the right times. We talked a few times in the day where we know parents are more active. We talked about the morning, lunchtime, the afternoon, and then right before they go to bed. So really important. All these times are in your workbooks as well. So, you don't have to memorize this. And also I talked about how to make sure you're tracking when your people are most active on your platform so that you can post during those times, okay? And if you don't know how to do that, if you're in my school community or my other community, I show you how to do that already. But if you don't, just message me and I'll send you a little video to watch. It's not difficult at all. Then we talked about the hashtags, how they're getting 79% more visibility. So having your own hashtags that you use to target families, but also the type of business you're running. So if you're a preschool or if you're Montessori or if you're, you know what I mean? You have to have your own specific keywords that you can use on your postings every single time you post. You could schedule this out or you can save them in a note on your iPhone. And then lastly, we talked about the importance of engaging with other pages, profile groups in order to get noticed. I find that when it comes to childcare, it's really important that You really understand that moms and dads need to trust. If you don't have the trust, if they don't see you as someone that knows what they're doing, that you've been around for a long time, you have the social proof to back it up, your program is A1, your teachers, if you have staff, they're amazing, parents are saying amazing things about you, then it's going to be difficult to attract people, especially the more we go and the more social media, the more busier it gets. It's hard, especially with AI and bots. And, it's really, really hard to trust people, real human beings, right? So you really have to make sure that when you are connecting with local parents, pages, other business owners, that all this comes through. So when you're commenting, when you're engaging, when you're answering questions, really, really important that this comes through. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. So if you need more help, if you're not in our community already, this is how we help. We have a school community, or I used to have this on Kajabi as well. So for some of you, I know Kim, you're in my older group, but it's the same concept. We basically write social media content and we text it to our members every single morning in a WhatsApp thread. All the content can be customized to your business. So if you don't want to use what we are sending you, for example, word for word, or you want to change the color on the post, you definitely can. We share the links and the Google link as well as the Canva link, so you can go in and edit yourself. And we also offer, this is just what some of our members are saying, we also offer marketing training in there. I have Facebook ads training. I have branding training in there. I'm in there and I'm answering questions as well. So if you're someone that's really looking for an easier way to kind of have something ready to post every single day, check it out. We're offering a free 7-day trial if you want to take advantage of that. I have a lot of workshops and marketing trainings in there as well. And I really show you the tactical things, right? So it's not all Facebook ads, although I do teach Facebook ads as well, but it really is how to take a post, for example, and optimize it, how to take your website and make sure Google finds it, how to put a homepage together for your website. We talk about email marketing and how important that is for your business. Like there's a lot of marketing content in there, but I think it's in bite-sized pieces, so it's not too overwhelming. And you go in and you take what you need, obviously. And then we also have Q&As and you can ask questions. So it's just a very cost-effective way to get marketing help, especially if you're not someone that's ready to invest in paid for you. You can definitely check that out. Let me know if you guys have any questions as well. Add them in here or unmute yourselves. If you want to check it out, this is the link, school.com/childcare marketing. You can check out what other people are saying in there as well. And there's also a little video that shows you what we do and what it looks like. If you're someone that is running a bigger center and you have a bigger budget and you really need the done for you help, we do offer social media management. So this is basically where we go in and we create the posts for you. We track the data and you have like a monthly report. And this is really catered to your business. So obviously we use your branding and your tagline and your pictures, videos that you send us, anything of that sort. And we put a marketing strategy together on social media for Facebook and Instagram. And then once you approve it, we schedule this for you, and we just track the growth as well. And if you're someone that really wants to invest in Facebook ads, we actually offer this as well. It is something that's a little bit more expensive, obviously, because this is more technical. But this is something as well that we offer if you're someone that's looking for that. Okay. Let me know if you guys have any questions as I sip some of my coffee. Let me know if you guys have any questions about what we learned today.
Christina, will this be recorded?
Of course, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna. This is being recorded right now, and I'm gonna send a copy to everybody probably
Okay,
by tomorrow. So within the first 24 hours, I'll just send a copy of this out for sure, and the workbook as well. You have it. So there's that. If you're looking for more content, there's a ton of it on our podcast, as I mentioned in the beginning, and also our YouTube channel as well.
Okay, sorry, I came on a little late.
That's okay.
Yep.
That's okay. I know it's Saturday for you guys, and I know not everybody's on the same time zone as well. So maybe going forward, maybe next month, maybe I'll see if I can do this maybe during the week. We'll see. But thanks, Kim, for joining. Hopefully, thank you, Robert, for joining. Hopefully, this really helped you understand social media just a little bit better. And it kind of helps you see how it's not just posting. It really is like bigger than that. There's like a big puzzle, and we just have to kind of go in and test different things and kind of basically be everywhere all at once, but not really being smart about it. So I hope that this helped you guys. Let me know if it did. I will send you the replay as I mentioned. Hopefully you got something out of it. Hopefully you really took action and you put down those things on paper. I think it just helps. Thank you for showing up live. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And yeah, Steve, reach out to me so I can send you those links. And that's it. Thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing weekend. And I'll see you guys real soon, hopefully. Bye.